Hello, good afternoon. Make sure that if you come on, that you comment. 'Cause that is the only time I'm going to see if you're here. If you don't comment, I might not be able to. Facebook's kind of weird about that. How are you doing this afternoon? Happy Mother's Day to the mothers yesterday. I wanted to first kind of talk about um, to subscribe as well. So when I go live, you'll be able to see it. So definitely there's a button in the chat, I believe, that you can comment and subscribe. And then there's also a few more spots left on our retreats for June. Again, we're going to have smaller groups so that we can stay, our 6 foot distance, have your own personal cottage. So that probably won't happen again, hopefully, if we don't have to stay this way for very long. So it's an awesome opportunity, especially because it's June. It's going to be beautiful out to be right on the beach. So think about it. And then any other offerings that I have on Facebook, just check our page because I'm going to be doing a weekly newsletter kind of deal just to kind of let you know what's going on. Meditations, I'm doing a 10-minute flow for yoga every so often. So a lot of fun stuff. I'm just trying to kind of get it out there, connect with you guys. So what are you guys drinking? Today I'm drinking peach tea. And I just make sure every time I take a sip that I smell it, because that's half of the reason why I like it, is because it's just so pungent. Um, so it's definitely a multiple sense kind of situation with this tea. All right, what are you grateful for? My gratitude for today actually brought up my topic, which is that I'm really grateful for my own personal practice. It's definitely something that has evolved through time. I used to be super regimented in what I was doing, and it wasn't lasting very long. I would say I have to do a certain thing at a certain time, and this is what's going to happen, da, 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 and it'll help me in the long run. And that just didn't really help anything. It just made more stress for myself when I didn't do what I said I was going to do. So just want to kind of talk about how you can start a practice small. So it sort of goes with, you know, if once you start a diet or once you start a meditation practice, you don't want to go full force at the beginning because it's not sustainable and it's probably not healthy because you won't keep at it. So having that personal practice of going inward is the practice I'm talking about. Just having that little 5 minutes to start, having a candle, lighting it and blowing it out. That's what my yoga teacher taught us to do, to just have that sort of blip of mindfulness of I'm taking that second out of the day for myself. So with like a diet, you start taking out small things like, okay, I'm going to take out pop. I'm going to take out certain, like fried foods out of my diet. And then slowly you start to ramp up if you feel like you need to. So it could be you started with a thought that you were going to be a certain place at a certain time, and it's really just about the journey, about getting there, about experiencing the now, the day to day. So having that specific small time set aside for yourself, be it a small yoga practice, doing asana, doing the motions, the poses, or having a time to sit and meditate or pray is the first kind of step. So having that sacred time set aside is really great. So I do journaling as well. I find that is really helpful to stay the course. So putting down my thoughts on paper really, really helps me to kind of get level-headed about the day, about what I expect for myself, and the journey. So it's not necessarily, oh, I have to do this. Oh my gosh, what if I don't do it? That's what we're trying to avoid is going into that tailspin in your head. One thing I do use is Insight Timer. It's an app on my phone. It's really awesome to just, there's a timer on it, so you can say, hey, I want to do it for, a meditation for 5 to 10 minutes or something like that. Different sounds you can listen to. And also they have guided meditations that if you just don't want to sit in silence, you can listen to somebody guiding you through a meditation. And I think that that's a good doorway at first when you're not sure of how to proceed, using somebody who you can just listen to their voice so it kind of zones you in and out of that monkey mind. Sarah Blondin, I think that's how you say her name. She's amazing. She has the most relaxing voice, and she writes all her meditations, and they're just poetry. They're just poetry how she says them, and I really enjoy her. Whenever I feel like I just want to hear something, but not necessarily sure what, I just kind of close my eyes and pick one from her. Another one I like just for mantra kind of work is the Devi prayer on Insight Timer. It's just really beautiful, has a really pretty sound. And then just making that sacred space where you can be still, where you can stop and relax and have that meditative state. So it can be just a candle. It can be, having sacred text, a Bible, or whatever, what have you, next to you, tarot cards, things like that, so that it's there, it's promptly there, that you can just, if you have a meltdown or if you need to go somewhere, that's where you go. And then bringing it into your daily life. So a lot of times when we talk about starting a practice, you always think about that time away. So that slot in your day that, oh, this is where I'm going to, have self-care. This is when I'm going to meditate. This is when I'm going to pray. It really all ties into how are you bringing that practice of mindfulness, of going inside and not necessarily going crazy with your brain and your ego talking to you. How is it coming in the moments that you're not necessarily sitting on a meditated cushion, or trying to go in? So that's where we want to try to get, is having those seconds of, okay, I don't have to go to my space, my sacred space. I already have it right here, and it's always there, and it's always going to be there to help me get through anything. Hold on. Down the wrong pipe. Pardon me. So what I have started doing, which has really been helping me, I actually got the idea from one of my yogi friends, is putting alarms on your phone. So I usually do it every hour or every other hour. So a couple of the ones that I have, and I make sure the sound isn't like jarring. You want to make sure that it's like a calming sound that makes you happy. I know that my alarm sound is definitely not the same like when I have to wake up as these, because my alarm sound, it kind of scares me up. So I always have sort of a like, oh, a jostly kind of sound, but have something that's really, really calming, relaxing. And I have a few, it's like at 12 o'clock, take 3 deep breaths. So it sort of just brings me out of the moment that I'm in and tells me to, reassess and to chill out pretty much. Another one I have is feel the earth, send a love message to someone. That one's really nice if you have, family or partners that you don't see very often. It's just like, okay, this is a good reminder that every day you can send something like, hey, I miss you, love you, to somebody. And it's really makes a difference that people feel like you are thinking of them. And, you want to give them that sort of energy that you're pushing, like, hey, hi, like, love you. So those alarms have been really helpful to me, because it literally will just stop me in my tracks and be like, oh yeah, I can. It's the journey of the day. It's definitely not the when am I going to find time to to do a yoga practice? When am I going to find this time in my busy day? It's where can you find those seconds, those moments in between that you just kind of reassess where you are and then go forward. So again, taking it small is really the only way to keep it sustainable. You could definitely, start at 5 minutes with your secluded meditation practice, and then, slowly put some more minutes on it. And it'll make you feel like, okay, I'm going towards something, but not necessarily full force at the beginning is not a good idea. So, all right. So I figured for our meditation today that we would do our Reiki prayer meditation again. I just love that one. So if you want to find a comfortable seat, take a last little sip of whatever you're drinking. All right, straighten your spine, and then start by closing your eyes and consciously deepening your breath. Feel your lungs fill with air as you inhale. Feel your diaphragm squeeze the air out as you exhale. Bring a smile to your lips and feel the warmth and energy of your heart in your chest. Envelop yourself with gratitude for all the good things in your life right now. Let go of all that no longer serves you. No longer will you dwell on the negative thoughts that drift into your mind. You will live in the present moment with heart unclouded. Repeat this prayer after me. Just for today, I will let go of anger. Just for today, I will let go of worry. Today, I will count my many blessings. Today, I will do my work honestly. Today, I will be kind to every living creature. On your next inhale, breathe deeply. Stop at the top, hold it, and exhale with a sigh. One more inhale, hold, exhale. Slowly open your eyes. Smile. Because it's the moments right now that change your life. Thank you for joining me today. Just remember that the journey is the point. Take your lessons and learn from them. All the hard suffering, there for a reason. You just have to surrender to it. Thank you so much. See you next time. Namaste.